Hey guys. So I thought I'm gonna do something a little different. Okay, it seems like every time I do something different, I say that. But yeah, let's do something different, I guess. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I used to have a different channel before this channel where I would do like cartoon reviews and stuff and movie reviews, and I wanted to be a reviewer for the longest time actually, and it just never went anywhere, and I kind of fought off it, and life happens, and I just did this YouTube channel where I talked about my own love music and stuff. Well, I think my love for movies are coming back. I mean, I still love music and stuff, but I don't know what it is. I think it's just simply, you know, yeah, you know what I mean. Um, and then I'm gonna actually talk about a pretty interesting movie, and that is Harold and Maude. Now, I don't know if any of you ever heard of this movie. Maybe you have, maybe you haven't, but it's a quote classic, and I actually seen it uh, at high school one time of all places because my teacher actually played my film teacher played this movie at high school, and immediately I fell in love with it. Because I thought this was my mind totally. What was it about? It was about this boy who is like 16, and he's obsessed with the meaning of death. Like he fakes his own suicides. He tries to get out of love because his aunt is trying to make him fall in love because he can marry her. Keep in mind, this was in the 1970s, so people, did that. So he tried to marry a little early. And that is until he. And by the way, I'm just trying to sum up the movie. And that is until he. But he's obsessed with death until he finds this woman, older woman, who is like 80, and not like him. She's obsessed with life because she's kind of in the end of her life, so she's obsessed with life. And her name is Maud, and the boy name is Harold. Harold Mon. What I find pretty interesting about this is the fact that for its time, it took a lot of chances. And it does have a nice message, even though it does tell us its messages in a weird way, kind of. But no, this film ain't really for everyone because it is a dark comedy. And I know dark comedies ain't for everyone. At the same time, well, I would say give this film a watch if you kind of want to see what it was kind of like in the early part in the 70s, where it was kind of like this weird thing where we got. So in the 60s, it was all about flower power and love and all that stuff. But in the 70s, it was still kind of like that, but you kind of had like this serious, this kind of thing. Like people were still in Vietnam. Vietnam didn't really stop until the very end of the 70s. I could be wrong by that, by the way. I'm not really, but about there, right? Pretty much, Vietnam kind of. So you had like these films coming out. Well, what kind of brought up this serious topic, you know? And the reason why I even brought up Vietnam, because in the movie, um, his aunt actually had to send him to his uncle, who he was in Vietnam, and it's I don't know, it's a pretty interesting movie. The only way I can explain it, it's a mess of a movie. What turned out to be a really good movie. Uh, it's a pretty, yeah, it's an interesting movie in that perspective, and I would encourage you to go check it out if you're into that type of thing. pretty awesome. Um, my favorite scenes of the movie actually is why his aunt is Harold's aunt is trying to get him into marriage. He she brings in a couple girls or a couple of women, and he would literally like fake his own suicide, suicides, and they'll freak out. Actually, if I remember right, one of the I'm not even gonna bring it up because you have to see it yourself. It's hilarious, but you know what I'm talking about. It's the one with the actress lady, and she, I don't know, but I don't know. It's a pretty dark comedy, but at the same time, it does kind of have a nice message. And what that message is, it's basically, love yourself for who you are, but also enjoy your life as you can. And it has a pretty nice song in it. I forget what the guy who did the song name. Dang it! It's one of my favorites, but it goes, "If you wanna be you, be you. If you wanna be me, be me." It's a pretty cheesy song, but it works for that style of movie because, like I said, it's a mess of a movie what somehow became a good movie. So if you want to see that, check out Harold and Maude. It's a pretty interesting take on 70s lifestyle. Well, it came out in the 70s, but it's a pretty good take on what happened at that time, you know. So this is gonna be my series of review part of a channel. Don't worry, I'm still gonna talk about music and make music and stuff, but yeah. And actually it's up to you. If you want if there's anything you want me to talk about, let me know. I would like to talk about movies again. Yeah. Actually, if you want me, actually, I'm gonna make this choice. You want me to review the Yellow Submarine? That's the Beatles song, or do you want me to, or do you rather want me to review Singing in the Rain? So have a good day and bye bye.